Thanks, Kathie. You know, it really is easy. We made a pop-up birthday card, but they can be for any occasion. Let me just show you how to make a basic pop-up. Now, I've started with a full sheet of paper. Now, I'm going to score a line down the center of the paper, and I'm sure you know how to find the center of the paper using a ruler and a pencil. But we're going to score this, and I'm using a plastic knife, because then it's going to make it easier to fold. We're not actually cutting the paper, we're just putting a dent in it. And see how easy that is? Gets a nice fold. Now then, I also cut off a piece that's about 1.5 inches wide, and of course it's the length of the paper because we're using the same sheet. And I also scored a line down the center lengthways, and then across the center here. And then also, let me just bend that. We'll do it step by step, because I'm going to fold it in half lengthways, and then I'm going to fold it in half crossways. Now I'm going to fold it in half again. And so it does help if you have that extra score line halfway between the fold and the edge. Now then, we're going to take our scissors, and I've unfolded it again, and I'm going to cut from the fold down the center of this line like this, but I'm only going to cut up to this first fold line. Then I'm going to cut into it like this, and then when I open it up, this is what it's going to look like. Now this is going to be the base of our pop-up. And what we're going to do, we're going to glue it across the center of the card. Now I'm going to align this fold here with the center of the card. And actually, I think I'll put my tabs facing this way. Now then, we'll fold it back like that because we want the point going towards the bottom of the card, and this is going to be at the top of the card. Now I'm going to use some glue to glue these tabs down, and we're only putting the glue on these tabs. Now then, again, we're aligning it with the center of the card. I'm pulling it tight so it goes right across the middle. Push it down, and then the tabs, before the glue is dry, I can actually maneuver those to the back just a little bit. See what that looks like? While it's still wet, I'm going to fold it in half like this, and then that's going to align itself. Now we'll set that aside to dry. I'll put that over here, and let's get started on what we're going to do in the middle of the card. This is a birthday card, and so right in the center I've put a cupcake. I've drawn a pattern for the cupcake on some brown construction paper, and now I'm going to use this paper crimper. We're going to feed the paper in, and this paper is actually doubled, and we're going to hold it tight. See, there's a handle here. Hold it really tight. Turn this handle on the side, and when that comes out, it's nicely crimped, and it looks like a cupcake paper. And then, of course, you'll want to cut it out with some straight edge scissors. You could use decorative scissors across the top if you like, and then we'll set that aside. Now then, I've cut some patterns for small balloons and also a large balloon that we put on the front of the card, and traced those onto yellow, red, and orange paper. I've only traced it once because I'm going to accordion fold this paper and do that 3 times on this piece that I have, so I can cut 3 balloons out at a time. Now, I've already done that ahead for you, so let me show you how we put those onto the cupcake. I'm going to use 2 pieces, and then of course we would write our lettering on first. And I'm going to put some glue on one of the balloons, and then I'm going to cut a small piece of wire, about 4 inches. Be careful when you're cutting the wire that the piece that you're cutting off doesn't fly away. And I'm going to put a bend into it like that. Then we're going to put that on the back of one of the balloon pieces, and that on the top like that. So you would make 1 balloon for each of the letters, or they could be flowers or whatever. And then when you've got those all done, you're going to glue the ends of these wires. Of course, you'll have them all in the right order between the 2 pieces of the cupcake like that. We'll put some white tissue across the top so it looks like icing. And this is one that's already dry with our pop-up base. What you would want to do next, and of course these will be glued in place. They're not going to fall out like that. You're just going to glue the cupcake right onto your pop-up base. Then you take the extra balloons, decorate the bottom of the card, and you know what? It's ready to fold up, put it in an envelope, and send it to a friend who's having a birthday. You know, they have one every year. We'll be right back with another project.